no magical place where you feel loved, seen, worthy, and heard that is outside of you battling you. There is no magical forest where you're going to get to where you're going to feel like this big aha moment. There is no breakthrough. There's only tiny wins.
Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Guys, welcome. This is Austin Linney with another solo episode. There's a word out there called opportunities. And after coaching a ton of people and employing a bunch of people and having a staff of 35, 40 plus people, I realized that the ultimate kind of crutch to progress and when people feel like ultimately stuck and can't find a way out, it's when they don't feel like they have any options or opportunities, right? And we think that opportunities are based on how we work and how we learn. And I'm not saying that it's not. But at the end of the day, opportunities are truly based on what you see, your mindset, your understanding that if you truly are looking, there's abundance and gratitude and opportunities everywhere. But what we say to ourselves is we say, that's not for us. That's for said person. That person has it lucky. And what that is you're saying that outside of you, there's nothing that creates any movement for you to be happy, for you to get an opportunity to get the job that you want, to date the person that you want, to start the business that you want, to all these things. And we're basically saying that those opportunities are out there, but not for us. Those opportunities exist for people that are lucky enough to have them. And so let's break that down. So if that's the case, well, then did you just get born to the wrong parents? Did the universe and God and all the people that exist, they're conspiring against you so you don't get the opportunities that others get? And look, I'm not saying that there aren't people that are born into poverty and born into all these things. That's what I'm saying. But that is a victim mentality. And if you want to live your entire life based on the concept of, I will never get what I want, well, then that's going to be a rough life for you. It's going to be a long road of pain and sorrow and regret and excuses and victimhood. And I know because I lived the world is against me mentality for 20 plus years. I lived the I'm never going to be anything mentality. And I'm still not anything. So we're still searching. If you look at the top people that are successful in their trades, whether they be chefs, business owners, and everything, they came, a lot of them, from bad situations. They came to not using what they were born into or what happened to them as an opportunity to play a victim. They used it as fuel. And you're creating a world where, whether it's raining or sunshine, you're going to be upset. Whether you have tons of money or no money at all, you're going to be upset. There's a great song, one of my favorite writers, Cody Jinks, and he talks about, you were out in California and it was sunny and you still thought it was raining. And I think that sums up this conversation, is that we have to take an opportunity to look at who's actually holding us down. Is it circumstances, genetics, environment? Well, yeah, but you don't know my story. And you don't know what's happened to me. And you don't know, does that sound familiar? It's a super easy argument because it's weak. Because it's a go-to for all the people that are choosing to use excuses to state why they aren't where they are. And we can so easily fall in a trap of doing the same things for ourselves and doing that thing that's going to allow us not to see a single opportunity in front of our faces. Because the fact of the matter is there's a million people doing a million different things, making money a million different ways. And there's people that were once heavy that are skinny. And there's people that are once alcoholics that aren't. And there's people that got divorced and thought they would never love again. And they did. There was people that even died in an accident and got brought back to life. And so of all these people, there's people that have got their legs amputated in war, and yet they're still Olympic athletes, and they still hold a job. And you're sitting on your couch, and you're binging Netflix, drinking your face off, and complaining about how life dealt you a shitty hand. And frankly, it's such a defeatist attitude and such a loser mentality that I don't want to be around it at all. Because no matter what situation exists inside or where you are currently, you're the keeper with the key. You're the person that can make it better. But you're going to choose to play a woe is me game, and you're going to choose to just check out of life. There's been so much pain in my life with my alcoholism, my drug addiction, my divorce, getting fucked over by business partnerships, getting screwed out of money, losing money, stress of building businesses, stress of not feeling enough, stress of having to try to find love again. And then more importantly, actually find out what love even means. Strained relationships with parents, friends, family members for years and years and years. And it wasn't until I took complete ownership of my reasons why we were there where we were. And it wasn't for me to determine whether or not they wronged me. It was for me to determine whether or not I wronged myself. And when I owned up to the fact that I wronged myself, my combativeness towards those people went away. And I was able to be compassionate about what they were going through, what their parents did, how they were raised. And you know what I've never done, ever, is given up. Ever. Lots of really bad things that cost me a ton of money have happened. And I bitched and complained for like a day or 2 days, depending on how severe. And then I went to work. Because my default measure is you're not going to stop me. My default measure is I'm going to give it all I've got. My default measure is we're going to get after this. And I'm going to learn. And I'm going to get better. And I'm going to get stronger. And I'm going to be sharper. And I'm going to be able to spot it next time. The world will take from you what you let it. But it will give you the boundaries you need when you set them. And when I state boundaries, I'm talking about the closest people in your life. The only thing the world asks of you is to be the best version of yourself. The only thing the world asks of you is to never give up. The rest, we don't know. The rest, we have no idea. We don't have a magic story built out. And at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is, I've asked almost 200 people what success means, and nobody thinks they're successful. And I'm talking about people that are worth millions and billions. So if that's the case, then that's not the end goal. That's not the opportunity we're seeking, is to get to this place where all of a sudden you wake up on a Tuesday on February 19th and you're like, you know what? I did it. I'm successful. I can just give up on life. What? What are we talking about here? There is no magical place where you feel loved, seen, worthy, and heard that is outside of you battling you. There is no magical forest where you're going to get to where you're going to feel like this big aha moment. There is no breakthrough. There's only tiny wins. There is no growth. There is only tiny growth. And if you become a person that is seeking the opportunities to continue to learn and move and shake and create opportunities for yourself, then they will come. We give way too much credit to things outside of us. We give way too much credit to others. You own, operate, and have within inside of you everything that exists to be successful in your eyes. If you choose to see no opportunities, there will be no opportunities. If you choose to see all the opportunities, there will be all the opportunities. I really hope this gets your mind percolating and thinking and creating a new reality that exists within inside of you. Send this to a friend that'll get some value from it. Send it to a family member or somebody in your life, or just listen to this over and over again. Hope you got some value from this, and we'll see you next time. Guys, let me take a minute to tell you about my buddies over at Lead Hub, Ben and Aaron, the best humans I know. Not only are they amazing at marketing for trade companies, but Ben started his HVAC company in his garage, sold it for multi-million dollars. So when this guy talks, I listen. When we took over Dietz Mechanical, we had 22 reviews in 22 years. In 7 short months, we went from 22 reviews to 107. We went from a 4.2 to a 4.7. We tripled our Facebook presence and we tripled our calls. If you're an HVAC, plumbing, electric, landscaping company, and you're looking for a no BS approach to marketing, you're looking for people who have done it before, you got to go to leadhub.net